Hey guys, what's up? Today in the BrickLab we're going to be doing our first ever set review of 71753 Fire Dragon Attack. This set retails in the US for $50 and it has, well, I don't really know how many pieces offhand because the one that I have comes from Europe and the box doesn't have a part count. I ended up paying $55 for this instead of $50 because I had to import it from iWoot, but if you want to know more about that, check out my previous video on the subject. But without any more of my rambling, let's go ahead and take a look at this set. Now the first thing I noticed when I built the set was that this dragon has definitely been hitting the gym. You can see here he has a very well developed chest. I really want to know his workout strategy. Overall though, I do have kind of mixed thoughts on this dragon. While the body is very well done, I feel like the wings and arms do leave a lot to be desired because he is pretty built right here, but then he also has these long wings. These long forearms which do kind of look awkward, especially with the foot on the end. And I know the reason for that is because these arms do have to be quite big to accommodate for his massive wingspan, and I was happy to note that these wings are actually cloth. Surprisingly enough, they came in one of those cardboard packages, kind of like a cape, so I was kind of afraid that they'd be all wrinkled up whenever I opened them up, but no, this material is pretty much wrinkle proof as far as I can tell. You can fold it and unfold it as many times as you want, and it's still going to be looking pretty pristine and brand new. There is a minor complaint I do have on this, and that is that there is a gap here between the fabric and the wing, and that does kind of look awkward, but it is kind of necessary in order for the wing to fold up and open out. One other thing that is kind of awkward though is this front foot here. Obviously the dragon needs it in order to be able to balance because this dragon is very front heavy, and unfortunately you can't pose the dragon without it kind of standing like this basically. And anyway, when you have the dragon in flight mode, you have the foot like this, and I don't know, that angle just looks really awkward, so not a huge fan of that. One thing I do really love is the color scheme, this dark red and the lighter orange color. They look very great together, so props to the designer on that. One thing that I'm not a super huge fan of though is the neck section here. It is just a little bit long, and I think the reason the designers did that was so that they could fit in Kai's little removable saddle here. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't really see any way of getting around that other than just removing this section entirely and moving the head further back, which I guess you could do, but that would look kind of weird, and also you wouldn't be able to pose the dragon standing forward and showing off his gym results. So, and the legs are also pretty cool. They do look pretty cool as well. They're also super beefy. Unfortunately, not beefy enough to be able to support the dragon in flight mode, as I believe I pointed out earlier. Yeah, you try it, and the sky is just going to be toppling face forward into the mountainside. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the minifigures. Alright, so here's our minifigure selection, and unfortunately we have 3 legacy rehashes and Golden Nia, which is probably the reason why you're getting the set if you're anything like me. I just realized I included the wrong version of Whiplash with the set. The one that actually comes in the set has a different face print, a silver sword, and just plain skeleton legs. I'll put a picture up here on the screen. I really can't run grab them yet, because that would involve dismantling my whole filming set, and I'm just going to be lazy and not do that. But yeah, basically he's nothing too special. You've probably gotten a ton of him already if you've gotten any of the legacy sets, and the same goes for Zane and Kai. They've appeared in a ton of sets also in their legacy robes, and honestly, I wish LEGO would maybe revamp the robes a little bit, maybe include some actual accurate legacy ninja, like maybe even use the legacy hood still, but maybe re-release prints from, like, say, the old torsos or something. That would be pretty cool. But let's go ahead and take a look at the main attraction minifigure-wise, and that is going to be Golden Nia. Now, honestly, my least favorite aspect of her was the hairpiece. When we first saw that, I was not a fan, but looking at it from the side, it actually does look a lot better. So I think my thoughts have changed on that. I do kind of like it a bit more than I did originally. Her torso design is pretty fantastic. It's a nice golden ninja-y robe. The legs are pretty much the same standard legs we've gotten with all the legacy golden ninja. And the stand, if you have any of the 10-year legacy Ninjago sets, then you know, it's just something to hold up your ninja. So yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box, and then we'll do some final thoughts or whatever else we do with the review. And that brings us to the box. Now, I will confess I'm not one of those people who tends to geek out over LEGO boxes, but this one is pretty cool. You have the bright red and orange dragon against a nice purple backdrop with a couple cherry blossom trees and the monastery in the background. Probably one of the coolest box designs that I've seen, at least in a very long time, especially for one of the Ninjago legacy sets. And then flipping it over to the back here, well, also, fun fact, this box is one of those push tab boxes, which I hate, and I typically tend to open by just tearing the back of the box from the rest of the box. So yeah, there's that. The back of the box looks pretty cool. Got the dragon in those cool poses there. Yeah, as far as boxes go, pretty neat overall. I'd say it's pretty good. Alright, so that brings us to the ultimate question. Is this set worth it in the end? And the answer, I would say, is yes. $50 does seem pretty pricey for just a dragon and some minifigures, especially when most of the legacy minifigures in the set are not that special. But it does have Golden Nia, but it does also have these cloth pieces, which are very nice and probably cost a small fortune for LEGO to manufacture. Also, we do have this sort of larger molded head here, so I'm guessing that also explains part of the price. So yeah, I'd say overall, if you love dragons and you want to complete your Golden Legacy Ninja collection, yeah, definitely go for it. If you're wanting this set just for Golden Nia, I'd say just wait and get her on BrickLink. I don't think $50 is a good enough justification for one minifigure, even if that $50 does include a nice Swole dragon. Alright, so that wraps up my very first set review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully it didn't go as terrible as I feel like it went. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Obviously, there are a couple things that I want to work on. Like, obviously, I didn't have a nice little turnaround for all the Ninja minifigures set up, and I'm pretty sure that's like a staple of LEGO set reviews. You're not allowed to call yourself a reviewer unless you actually have minifigures spinning around on a turntable, and I don't think me doing it like this right now counts. So, yeah, that's definitely something I'm gonna have to improve on. But yeah, other than that, this was pretty fun. I hope to do a couple more set reviews, so yeah, I guess subscribe, like, comment, share, do all that other good stuff, and we'll have those reviews and other build videos out as soon as I can.